Erinn Orcutt was all smiles as she left her waitressing job one Saturday afternoon in April.
I happened to get off early. We were incredibly dead.
But moments later, the single mom's carefree spirit would be filled with terror.
He had a gun pointed at me. He told me to get in the car.
Erinn was forced to drive while the strange gunman sexually assaulted her. Before long, she parked in what she thought would be a safe spot.
There's a lot of foot traffic that goes on in that area.
Despite the businesses all around, the dark tinted windows made it impossible for anyone to see what was now happening in the back of her SUV.
He told me to get undressed, and I was crying, shaking uncontrollably.
Erinn's tears quickly dry up when her abductor sticks the gun in her mouth, aggressively demanding she shut up. What did you do then?
He had me sit on top of his lap, and he tried to penetrate me, but he couldn't do it.
But Erinn says that didn't matter. The abuse continued.
He had me, but he was taking pictures the entire time. And I looked up, and he smiled, and he snapped again, and then he told me to smile pretty, and took a picture of me without my clothes on.
Not only was he taking pictures, the violent rapist started texting the lewd photos to the accomplice he left back at the mall parking lot. The two men were soon talking on the phone.
His friend was like, "Where are you?" He goes, "Oh, you don't see me? I'm right here," and was playing around. He was laughing on his phone. I couldn't believe it.
The laughter didn't last. Erinn says in an instant, rage took over.
He'd just stare at me, just dead eyes, and just hit me. He socked me in the face a few times. He had me get on my stomach, and he tried to rape me from behind. He really couldn't.
After about an hour, the gunman told Erinn to get dressed. Their road trip was about to take an even darker turn.
He had mentioned that we were going to go to the desert and finish this. I knew if I didn't get out right then and there, there's no way I would have made it out.
Though racked with fear, she discreetly noticed his gun had fallen to the floor and was now under the passenger seat. She thought about the child lock on her back door.
I had child locks on the side of the car that he was on, and the side that I was on was behind the driver's side door. There was no child locks.
Just then, her attacker's phone rang again, and this time when he answered, Erinn's survivor instinct kicked into full throttle. It was now or never.
I threw the door open and I ran, like the hounds of hell were on my heels.
Crime Watch Daily has obtained this exclusive surveillance video showing Erinn's desperate sprint to safety. What you can't hear were her piercing screams for help the entire time.
He has a gun, everybody get back inside.
Erinn had no idea, but the owner of the nearby liquor store had been keeping a suspicious eye on her SUV. He knew there were two people inside. He was about to call police.
He grabbed me inside and he threw me behind the register. So at that point, I lost it.
Detective Robert Marquez with the Ontario Police Department was one of the first on scene. He says if Erinn hadn't run when she did, she wouldn't be telling her story.
I don't think he was going to let her go. He had done too many things in front of too many cameras, and his plan was to take her somewhere and harm her.
You feel that her attacker planned to kill her?
Yes.
Once Erinn made her dangerous escape, the gunman tried to make his own.
He had grabbed my keys and tried to start my car, but I had a kill switch. So he couldn't have started the car unless he knew where the sensor was.
When he couldn't drive away, he took off on foot, quickly getting lost in all the traffic. His getaway wouldn't last long. Erica's attacker made one critical mistake.
He left his gun inside the car.
And that's not all.
Taped on the bottom of the magazine was his name. My stomach dropped.
Up next, A shocking arrest that leaves Erinn living in fear.
They did everything in their power aside from witness protection just to make sure that I was safe.
And a Crime Watch Daily exclusive, the suspect's unusual interrogation.
Does it cause you to have a hard time?
I usually can.
Normally, police officers, they will put their name on the bottom of the magazine in case they have to let somebody else use their magazine in a gunfight.
What did you think when you saw that?
I was shocked.